On that, they ran like a 2x2 set in that tight end motion. Then he ran a little out route. It was right out my break. I knew it was coming, so just trying to explode that break, and it just same thing with my hand.
How do you feel now, health-wise?
Yeah, I feel really. I wouldn't be back out there if I wasn't feeling good. But one of the bright spots for me Saturday was like playing as many. It wasn't like throwing my way back into like play 60 plays. So going out there and having that type of like wear and tear on my body, and then Saturday like my hamstring. Sunday morning when I woke up, my hamstring was like the last thing I was worried about. So that was good.
Is it kind of a jolt to have Syracuse go right down the field on the first drive?
I wouldn't say it's a jolt, but just like again, that drive is second and 8 or 2nd and 9, and we have them right up in like we have them dead rest in the backfield, and then just us not making the play, kind of that's a 32-yard gain right there. So just plays like that I don't think it's a jolt. It hurts in the game, but when you come back and watch it after, and you see like it's not scheme, it's not like players being better than players. It's like us just not doing our thing. It kind of just makes you like really want to tone in on the fundamental technique.
I guess what were some of the ways that the players didn't execute, would you say, against Syracuse?
I mean, for me personally, the play where Will Help got a sack, he like ran through the tight end and then got a sack. On that play, just formation tendencies, I knew it was like Bang 8 was coming to the field, and I'm the middle read, so it's supposed to be whatever, the football stuff. But basically, I was just trying to do someone else's job. I just think that's kind of what happened a lot Saturday. Like, we get so play hungry on defense because everybody wants to go out there and make play. Everybody wants to get the crowd turned to. Everybody wants to make their family proud. That we're not sitting there just trusting the scheme and playing within the scheme. Because if I do my job, that play still probably ends up coming my way. Like if Will Hunt doesn't do superhuman stuff, but just stuff like that. We just all gotta trust the scheme. When we trust the scheme, it works, and we see what works. Like second half, settled in, playing our brand of football on defense, and just doing what we got to do, and just got to do that the whole game to find a way to start fast like that.
So do you think it being a new scheme, you guys are still kind of learning to trust it in terms of where you got to be?
Only thing is that just bro, we had the whole spring ball to learn it, had the whole fall camp, had that whole most of that summer we're learning it in I think my favorite way is like being able to go out there and mess up without coaches around, just all players, creating players. So I think we know it good enough to where like it's not a knowledge thing. It's simply just like executing it, getting back to fundamentals. And I think this is a good week. Like bye week camp is a good time to you really sit back and reflect on these last 4 games. It hasn't been things that we're getting out schemed or out coached, or we're not in the position to win. We just simply got to execute.
When they hit that deep ball to the slot on that first drive of the second half, and they were backed up, you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
You were the single high, and you went straight to the outside receiver in the sideline, and then I guess Shelton.
You're like a bender. Yeah.
What was that? What was going on there? Can you just educate me on sort of what the
Yeah. So the concept, it's a trap zone coverage, and so you have a vert hooker, and then the outside half, the corner's playing trap technique, and all that means is the same thing as a cloud, but way more aggressive. Like any run action or anything flat, they have no responsibility. So my responsibility is taking care of that one. I got all the one. We call it outside half, but you got all the one. Like on that vertical and that whole shot, that's where I'm trying to beat the quarterback to. And it's a good call for what we had called, because with that bender, at first Jay Lou was the boundary half, so he would have been able to help Shell. But when they motion that tight end in, now we go to a lock call, so he's basically man. So it just puts Shell in a predicament. It's football. They're gonna make plays too, but yeah, it's just a good call for what we had called.
It looks, I could be wrong, but it looked like Shelton thought he might have had help in the way he was playing that.
It's just the technique he's taught to play, because normally he is gonna have help right there, but that's just again just a good play call for what we had called.
Any questions for Khalil virtually? Anybody else in the room?
You're talking pretty confidently like this is a season that's not lost. How does that mindset feel across the locker room? Are there a lot of guys that are, seeing the plays that they just haven't made and know that they can be made and y'all can still finish this season strong?
I mean, yeah, like in the locker room, obviously it's frustrating, and it sucks because you got guys like Antonio who could have won last year, Kay who could have won last year, Cuddy, like got all these guys who came back and we wanted to make the most of it, and we just kind of messed it up ourselves. But at the end of the day, it don't matter if we lost 12 games in a row. Like, we're not playing for a record. We're not playing for a win or loss. Like, I'm personally playing so on Saturday. My parents don't feel like they got to put a hood on and cover their back up when they walk out the stand. Like, no, they don't got to be ashamed of me and what I do in that field. And I think that's kind of like what we go back to in our locker room. Like, it's not so much about win or loss. It's about remembering why you play. Like, a lot of these guys are playing because if they don't go out there and do it on the field and put it on tape and have a chance to go and make this money and take care of their family, then who is? So just remembering that. And Coach Sweeney said it's a lot of good things that come with, like it's a good thing and everything that's bad. And like I think that's one of the, as bad as it's been and as like hard as it's been for us, I think that's a good thing. It's kind of made us have to refocus and like now, if you're ready to quit, you real life didn't care about what you was doing it for in the beginning. So for me personally, I think it was a good reset in that mind space.
I guess we heard from Colin and Peter about the team meeting yesterday in terms of being able to vent out, some emotions, frustrations. Kind of what do you remember from that meeting yesterday?
I don't even think it's as much frustrations. Coach Sweeney just kind of like put it out of his heart, and when the thing I respect most about him is in that situation he could have came in there and put up all the bad plays of the first 4 games and said like, we gotta get this fixed and all that. We ain't talk about no football at all. He came in there and the first thing he told us was scripture, and he went from scripture to scripture. He kind of turned to a sermon like in there a little bit, but just when things get tough, like he's the same person y'all see on TV. Like he's not an act. He's truly going in there, and his foundation is his faith. And that for me, like it was emotional in there just cause he truly does feel like what we feel, but times 3, because he's not just feeling it as a current player, he's feeling it as a coach, he's feeling it for his former players. I talked to RJ yesterday, he was telling me how they get messed with in the league when we're struggling, so he's feeling it from all of that, and he's feeling it obviously for the community. So I think more than anything, it wasn't frustration, it was just kind of his emotions and letting us know he's sorry, but at the end of the day, he's our coach, and yes, he has to technically take the blame, but it's not him. They done put us in the right spot, so we just generally got to go do it. We got to go execute.
All right. Thank you, Khalil. Appreciate your time, man.
Thanks.